Enrano was the very first time Jose Mourinho was returning to Team IFN Real Madrid and the Santiago Bernabeu after 2013. The last match he coached, that was against Osasuna. On that day, Michael Essien shared goal, Gonzalo Higuain shared goal. We also got goals from Abrante IFN Karim Benzema and also Jose Callejon. But few years down the line, look at what happened yesterday. And now, when you went to the Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid, omuchi team my friend Real Sociedad, etwano kan 9, omutimu ebako. Now, yebedi sound common wo here, a higher onside with me, Joshua Holotu. Now, thank you so much for joining the analysis and coming here, Debia Midamwase, because Niamu Yamameno is very, very encouraging, and I'm thankful and grateful all those who are returning viewers, all those who are new viewers. Before we go on, Ms. Remo, just look below the video, you will see a subscribe button. Mia subscribe button so. There's also a bell notification icon. Bia umia so all bohomia all no so. The bia na me drop video, you be one of the first people to receive it. Here the football no come bebre. I will have ONSIDE sports analysis with me, Joshua Holotu. So let's go straight into the game and yesterday, because Real Madrid in the first half, yes, Kylian Mbappe got that all-important goal up. It announced the Jose era at the Santiago Bernabeu. But just before the halftime, or let me say 4 minutes just after that, Real Sociedad 4-0, they equalized. And halftime 1-1, people were asking questions, say, hey, what is happening? Because you watched Real Madrid in that first half, and you would ask yourself, say, what were they thinking about, especially defense line? And I think this would be one of the biggest issues in this Real Madrid team. Jose Mourinho in he appreciates and acknowledges, say, a bit take it time and so team no enya that certain chemistry under him, right? Especially the whole team playing together as a unit, Yes, yesterday in stand-up performances from the attacking, but look at the defense. Ibrahima Konate, right? New signing from Liverpool. Not heard Dean Hoyson, and so chemistry akaka crap. They did well yesterday, but we should go now consider here now. It took a player who was out of the frame, and I'll show you right now. Out of the frame, Otimi Ebeji Bono, right? And at this point, na Lucas Sucic, every Erbano, the person now on all train Bono, you could see there are 3 Real Madrid players in the box, and they couldn't find a way to stop him. Omutimi Lucas Sucic and that became quite problematic for team IFN Real Madrid. And I think that may be the weakness of this particular team. But it will take time, like Jose Mourinho Cano. But let's look at the goals at Real Madrid for because Federico Valverde, the starting position at the center line, and how he managed to drive the ball. Kylian Mbappe, also looking very cautiously on that particular side, that he decided to stay onside, and he came into the picture, and then Abrante Federico Valverde in same, and he used his left foot to finish home. And I think that is one of the superpower that Kylian Mbappe possesses. Or the ball to the left, so or the to the right, so he can lift it and score. And when he has that box awareness, it's depending on wherever the ball is coming from, he can position himself in such a way, he said the goal frame becomes a clear view for him, and he manages to put the ball at the back of the net up. And now we saw that in the very first goal. Then when you look at the second goal in particular, it was very important, because Oshed the way now that, so you can see over here there's a certain triangular Federico Valverde, Abrante Fn Jude Bellingham, as well as Kylian Mbappe, they formed in the lead up to that goal. There was a first pass from Federico Valverde, then touch and go from Kylian Mbappe, and the awareness and the creativity of Abrante Fn Jude Bellingham. And I think this particular season he's going to be one of the most important people in Real Madrid team under Jose Mourinho, because you get him doing that box-to-box crashing. He's not even doing more of that. What he's doing is that he's positioning himself in certain aspects of the game. When he gets the ball, all he does is to liberate the wing areas. Now, Aquino to rush into the box, to go into the box, and then he gets the ball into. Then say Abia crosses and free wide areas now Bantema. He's that player who can still go and collect the ball and still contribute to the attack. And that's one thing I like about Jude Bellingham. He does the box to box, which is very important. But maybe one match when you expect him to even get into the box and score, na Abia ball and do boxing man. He goes into the wide areas, goes into those channels to collect the ball and drive himself into the box. And I think that's one thing, because Usha Jude Bellingham at this World Cup crana US, Mexico, Canada now. He was very important in that England team, becoming that standout performer. You got that from him. Driving. And that versatility is what I think say Jose Mourinho would get in Abrantiano to help him to do a lot of good things in this particular season. But of course, Jude Bellingham, you got a player like Vinicius Jr., who in this game, we saw him. He was not also the typical player who wanted to drive into the box. What he's trying to do is link up play with Abrantia, Kylian Mbappe. Or he tries to go onto the side, into the channels, and cross the ball into the box. And I think Vinicius Jr., he's beginning to understand certain things under Jose Mourinho's era, and I think it will be very good for him. But look at that goal. It's a very important, finisher. When I watched the way they did it, not so many pounds, and also you get a player like Yan Diomande, no free bench by. I thought he also had, maybe he's taking time to adapt to this particular team and bar instantly the way I be official. But when there are times in the game I bet me didn't have free bench about to come and impact the game, sometimes you come in and come and do something. And I think Yan Diomande, it will take some time for him to adjust. But yes, and now Kylian Mbappe got only his third career hat-trick in the La Liga for Team Ayefreno, Real Madrid. And you look at the performance in terms of possession, 51-49, expected goals 3.14, which means even they could have scored more. And then Enrano Aspi, so a free bench, I was very impressed, because even though he scored a goal near offside, but Abranteno has shown that he also can come from the bench and impact. And Enrano may drink Hokakra, because you see, when you have Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., now ABR in the second half, Real Madrid, the 2 year no options from the bench. Now Yan Diomande, Brahim Diaz, move free bench bar. Can they be able to do the work? So we saw Ada Goulet start in the game. And I was thinking about it very carefully, because in that first half, there was 1-1 and Real Sociedad 4-0, the way they even scored. And how maybe a Real Madrid for defensive solidity may become a question for them. No, I was just thinking about it. Real Madrid for meets a very difficult opponent. How do they deal with those things? Because it will get to a time, Jude Bellingham goes, Vinicius Jr., you're trapping one chain, and maybe Ada Goulet or Kylian Mbappe goes, how does Real Madrid respond? How does the bench help Real Madrid to perform? I think those are things that we are waiting to see. How Jose Mourinho will deal with some of those things. I think when you look at the performance overall, it was quite good. Abrantia from Bernardo Silva, people were questioning, so he didn't really get his game. Federico Valverde was more impactful in that midfielder. He managed to get the ball and drive forward and help to create chances and also create that first goal like Kylian Mbappe. But all in all, like I said, Real Madrid, it will take some time before they gel together. Carreras and so a ball left hot before we saw Abrantia Efreno. Marco Correa and so a free bench. So it was a good performance overall. And I think Real Madrid for this particular season, they're going to be thinking about a lot of things that they want to do. Can they win the Champions League? That is a question that I cannot answer, because it's still early days yet. Ubi Samia, anything can happen. And I want to see the next 2 to 3 games for Team Real Madrid. From there, I can make an assessment. But yesterday, I thought Vinicius Jr. was quite sharp. Jude Bellingham, as always, very, very sharp. Kylian Mbappe getting that hat-trick, I think it will help the confidence of the team to go up, and also help Jose Mourinho to understand what he wants to do with the team, and also the strengths and the weaknesses of the side, and how to perfect, or especially the weaknesses in those places as well. Denzel Dumfries, any Carreras, Oshre, or more ratings now, 6.9, 6.7, right? And I think a lot of work needs to be done in those particular areas, as well as the defensive solidity overall. How Real Madrid would keep up with some of those performances is very, very important. But then, did you see Jose Mourinho antics on the touchline when Real Madrid conceded? I was just looking at him carefully, and I was like, wow. Papa, no, he has a lot of work to do. Because you see, Real Madrid at the end of the game, they scored 4. But that one goal no conceded, is where a lot of eyes will go to, because people will be asking, Jose, how can he find a way to make sure that and Konate has to be spoken to, because Tija performances or Liverpool, no, he cannot do that over here. Real Madrid is a bigger team. Your awareness level in terms of running back to the box when we are when team in your counter attack and we are going back, how to defend. Because this is a Real Madrid team that cannot always be leaking goals. Europe, and with the expectation of Jose Mourinho having, helped the team to reshape their culture, no? The next thing will be how to put the team together solidly to compete for titles. And of course, they have started on a very good note. The team is gelling together, a couple of new players, but if they are not able to compete, it will become a very big problem. And we all know Real Madrid is a team that always wants to compete. And the pressure would come. And after that one goal he conceded, I think the pressure would have started from there, how to maintain defensive solidity. And I think, apart from that, Real Madrid are a team that would prove this particular season, say they are aiming to also challenge and do something. But it all depends on Jose Mourinho and the leadership and how he's able to get the team together and help players, to become very comfortable and confident. Let me know in the comments what you think about the game. Does Jose Mourinho stand a chance of winning the Champions League? Just let me know about that. This has been ONSIDE match analysis of team my friend Real Madrid and game Santiago Bernabeu against Real Sociedad. It's like, come your way again. I'll see you in the next one.